Hi and welcome to my channel. First of all, I have put 8 hours into this game and this review is pure from a gamer of many years. I'd like to start the basis of this review towards shining the light on the lack of microtransactions and the sheer commitment Avalanche Studios has shown by keeping this series single player and fun as opposed to evolving it into a microtransaction fest, which we all know they could have done. With that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to keep this review nice and short as my equipment is failing me at the moment. So my first topic for this review will be vehicle handling and how it has made a vast improvement over its predecessors. Now I'm going to be using video clips in the background. They may not be perfect as my equipment is just not doing me well. So first things first is engine sounds have been vastly improved over its predecessors. Handling has been vastly improved, with vehicles actually feeling like they now have weight to them. Bikes now feel like you can actually drive fast and have control of them, which I'll show in a second. Going off-road now in a vehicle has consequences. The terrain reacts to the vehicle, or the vehicle reacts to the terrain I should say, and driving in a supercar across mountain fields is not going to do you too well. You can get bogged, and driving on the road fast just feels great with a wide array of cars having NOS straight from the get-go. But to keep this short, I'll leave the vehicles at that. I'll show you a quick bit of this bike, and now as I'm driving the bike we'll veer towards a tornado, which brings me to my next topic, which is weather effects. I've read a few reviews say that Just Cause doesn't bring anything new to the table. Well, that's kind of bullshit, because not only did it improve on many things from its past games, but they bring a whole new weather system which has tornadoes, sandstorms, and I believe there is even more, but I didn't want to ruin it for myself, so I haven't really looked into it yet. But I have put hours into this game. I've just been spending a lot of time in the one kind of region, as I've been having a lot of fun down in this part of the map, and I'm in no rush to move into further parts of the map if I'm having fun. Now, as you can see, the sheer size of this tornado is huge, and just having a tornado in a video game is insane to me. That's why it really baffles me when people say Just Cause has brought nothing new to the table. And it is great fun messing around with these tornadoes, but now that you've seen a little bit of it, I don't want to ruin any more of it for you. The fun is for you to enjoy. Let's get on the next part of the review. I'm not sure if I mentioned or not, but this is also running on a completely new engine, which is how it has been able to upgrade all its physics and such. And with that being said, the game used to have horrible gunplay, I thought anyway. Just Cause 2 I thought was better than Just Cause 3 in terms of gunplay and maneuverability, but they have tightened up the gunplay on Just Cause 4, and I like it the best so far. In fact, everything they've done about this game seems better than previous Just Causes, but the gunplay feels tighter, more accurate when you're accurate. The kills are more satisfying. Overall, it just actually feels like, you know, you want to engage in combat now, and you can be on that ground level without grappling yourself out and using a rocket launcher. You can just engage in ground combat and feel satisfied, and that's something that the old games didn't really bring to the table for me. Now, the grappling hook has been upgraded, and now you have slots, so you have a grappling hook loadout, and you have 3 of them, which is great because you can flick between them with the left and right D-pad. And you've got these new airlifters, and you've also got boosters, and you've also got retracting options, which you unlock a little bit later, so don't worry, you won't have them off the bat. You do need to do a few missions to get it. but so that'll give you more options to retract. So there's much more upgrades, and it just brings so much fun to the game when you're able to put airlifters on a car and then attach it to the ground and watch it try and float away. Then maybe you'll drive something underneath it and then connect it. This just brings so much freedom to what you can do in this huge playground, and that's why it baffles me when people say this game is boring. This game is about your own creativity. You are the decider of the level of fun, and if you're after a game that's just super real or into the story, then this isn't the game for you. This is a game to unwind, sit down and have a few drinks maybe. You know what I'm saying? Get into the zone. The game seems to have better wind physics now. I'll show you a little clip. Here you can see my kind of pulls away and I end up exploding. And I didn't do that at all. That was the wind itself doing it. Now you can see me going through here in the wingsuit, and you can see not only is it tremendously fun, but it's more fluid, and just the reactions to the wind are much better. The destruction. Probably the key topic for some Just Cause people, but for me Just Cause isn't all about the destruction. I just like to mess around in the playground that it is. But I have noticed the destruction looks better. Now obviously, because Just Cause 3's destruction was so good, apart from the frame rate, it's not going to be a huge step up, because they've focused on other things, which is good because they need to be focused on. But the destruction does look better. I'll show you a few little clips of this gas and stuff rustling around, so you can see that in the background. And even when you're shooting at other things and exploding things, the little electricity and stuff just looks much better. So, well, not much better, but improved. It looks better. So the destruction's on point, as always. Now, I talked about vehicles earlier, but what I didn't mention was the new vehicles in it. Like, we have the crane vehicle, which is like a crane with a magnetic plunger on the end. Not a plunger, but, you know, a magnetic disc. And I've seen a couple other vehicles, but I'll let you discover them. You can see in the background, here's a bit of footage of just the sheer destruction that I'm causing with the crane truck. So this just shows, just quickly, you know, just how chaotic it can be. Now the map size, I do not know if it's bigger than previous Just Causes. I know Just Cause 3 was huge, but that does not mean it was better. Now, to me this looks a little bit smaller, but I may be wrong. But I'm happy with the size of the map. I think this size, from what I've seen so far, is a good size, and it's very diverse. It's got different types of ecosystems, would you call it, maybe, on this map feel very good. The way they've built this map feels more like Just Cause 2. Just Cause 3 did seem very boring. This is a step up. The design is better. It's more fun to play in. They've very much done the map right. And on the topic of maps, you've got a better faction system on this game. The way the factions take over, to me it seems easier to navigate and know what you're doing. Just overall better. Frame rate was a big issue on consoles for Just Cause 3. Now, admittingly, when it first came out, I didn't notice it straight off the bat, but as soon as you start getting big explosions and stuff on Just Cause 3, it was a problem, and it did make you almost feel like you're in slow motion. And you know, I just kind of played it as that was part of the game. You know, that was something that didn't hugely worry me. It worried a lot of other people, and I just dealt with it. Well, this is different. I am running on the Xbox One X, so I can't really say for other consoles. But on the Xbox One X, it runs at a steady frame rate I never find myself slowing down. Sometimes in the cutscenes it looks like it drops frames, but I guess this does bring me to the next part of this review, which is all the cons as opposed to pros. Okay, so the reason I think that there is these issues is because they have focused this time on a steadier frame rate as people requested. They are on a new engine and they have overhauled a shit ton of stuff. So yes, there is bad flickering of lighting. I've seen texture flicker. I've seen vehicle pop-ins. I'll show you a few little clips now. And to be honest, I don't think it's a huge deal. The vehicle pop-ins, yes, they are a pain in the ass. I'd never liked vehicles popping in front of me. But it's not always. It seems to be at key moments and maybe in missions in different times. But the texture flicker can be around, and the flickering of lighting can be around, like flying through different areas. You'll see a lot of lighting flicker through the forests, and you know, you can see in one of these clips I put, you can see the airport flicker and stuff. So it is there. Usually it bugs the fuck out of me on games when there is flickering of any kind or pop-ups or whatever, but in the sense that them games are more focused on everything that's going on around me, maybe because of the storytelling and slower pace, I don't know, but I find in this game, because you are just doing so much crazy shit, it's really not as bad as other games where you're focusing more on everything. I mean, yes, you are looking at the world on Just Cause 4, but you're moving so quick or you're doing shit, it just takes your mind away from them things. So don't let it put you off buying the game, because it is. A lot of people are saying they're going to wait for this game to be on sale for when it's $10 and such. Well, that's all and great, but if you do like Just Cause, then why wouldn't you support the developers and get it off the bat? I mean, I know if you shop around and look for a good shop, you'll find it cheaper than other shops. That's what I did. I got it for a clean $69 Australian. So it is better to support a developer like this, especially when they have done a tremendous upgrade, in my opinion. I don't care what reviewers say. They're like children in a way. They just expect so much when really we're being given a lot of things we asked for. We asked for better handling, better physics, better frame rate, and we've been given all that plus weather effects and everything. So I think this game holds a high praise. I rate it very well. It is a definitely buy for me. Don't let the few bugs and stuff, or in a way, there's many in a way, but don't let them ruin it for you, because I normally hate shit like that, bugs, texture, all that, and it really hasn't even bothered me that much. So at the end of the review, I'd rate it a 9. And I would say definitely buy if you're into fun games, and if you're experimental and you like the freedom of doing random shit and you're creative. If you're not, and you're just looking for a story, or you're looking for the game to tell you what to do, and the main thing for you is going to be doing the missions, then you're probably not going to enjoy it that much, because this game has its funnest elements is when you're out of a mission and you're doing shit on your own. Now, sorry this review was a bit dodgy. I've had to record through my phone, which means play some videos in the background, and it's, you know, really rough, but my equipment just isn't working on me. So I hope everyone has a great day. I hope you got a bit from this review and gave you a sense for what you're buying, and have fun.